let us stay in the SEC. Let us go to a place that does get very excited when the home team is good. Texas A&M at Tennessee. Tennessee's a 3.5-point favorite at Neyland Stadium. This is a weird spot for Texas A&M. If Texas A&M had beaten Alabama, T-Bob, I'd be like, Tennessee all day. They're going to come in and they will not be prepared for the environment. They will be riding high. They'll think, oh, we got the SEC West here. But now they played against Alabama. They will never probably see Alabama play a sloppier game. They did not win. Jimbo Fisher, fortune did not favor him because he was not bold. And this is a big spot for Jimbo, I think. Like, they got to win this.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know, but that's the weird part about Jimbo, right? Like, they got to win. Here's what an awful place for A&M boosters to be, where you're having to really ask yourself, like, I mean, what's the difference between 50 and 60 million? Like, what's like functionally, like, what's the difference between 60 and 70 million? Is it a Tennessee loss? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to do those math because that's not even numbers that I can fathom. But like, if you really are done with him, it's going to be at least 50 because you ain't going to wait till like 2027 or anything like that. Like, you got a couple of years before.
Oh, it's 76 if they wanted to do it this year.
That's what I'm saying. And then it's 60 the next, 50 the next. Like, to even get to a number that is palatable, you'd have to wait till 27. And it doesn't feel like they're going to do that. So I it's weird to say, is it must win? Is it not? Here's my instincts, dude. I'm with you. My instincts are to go A&M. And it sounds crazy because it's Neyland in October. The fan base at Tennessee is one of the best in the entire country. It's going to be loud. It's going to be intimidating. It's, like I said, it's October. Orange always plays well in October. Yep. And you have good on good here. Texas A&M by far the best rush defense in the SEC, the only team allowing less than 3 yards a carry. But Tennessee, easily the best team when it comes to rushing the ball, the only team averaging over 6 yards a carry. Ultimately, I think Tennessee wins that battle. I think they put it on Joe Milton, and I'll actually take Max Johnson over Joe Milton in that fight. The only thing that gives me pause is the Tennessee bye week. Because I was pretty confident on this. And Tennessee might win, but I was pretty confident on A&M plus 3.5. And then I remember about the bye week. But still, it's like the SAT. They tell you to stick with your first instinct. I'm going Aggies plus the 3.5.
So it is Texas A&M's rush defense that is what leads me to lean toward them, because I saw Tennessee against Florida in person when they couldn't run the ball.
Exactly.
If they can't run the ball, their offense does not function the way it's supposed to function. And that's the issue. Against South Carolina, they kept running into these 3rd and 5s, and they were getting it on the ground every single time. And they dominated South Carolina. So that's really where it's at, is can Tennessee stop them on the ground? If they can, they're going to win this game. If they can't, Tennessee's going to run through them and score a bunch of points, and that'll be that. But yeah,
it's the same thing with Hendon Hooker, and even with Hendon Hooker last year, who was awesome and much more capable than Joe Milton of beating you. But like, if you could stop that Tennessee rushing tech, the Heupel system starts to just kind of crumble a bit. And after, I know sack yardage counts against rushing, which is dumb as hell. We all agree. And so, no, A&M didn't really hold Alabama to 21 yards or 23 carries or whatever, but it still was like right at 3 or sub 3.
Yeah.
And if you can do that,
was not gaining chunks of yardage on the ground.
No, not at all.
And no Brew McCoy for Tennessee, unfortunately, had that horrible injury. That's a devastating loss in terms of leadership and really the downfield blocking as well, that would spring plays for longer when they throw underneath. That's another thing. So I'm going to take Texas A&M in the points here.
Oh, okay. Look at us, simpatico.
Make Tennessee fans mad, and that's all right, because the last time I picked against them, Tennessee covered very nicely against South Carolina. And
was that the epic week where at you were undefeated?
No, my undefeated week, I actually picked the Vols to cover at Florida.
Okay. There you go.
That's perfection, T-Bob.
Look, I always say it in gambling. Really, you're supposed to end up right at 50%, and they win because the odds are right under, right? So I don't care if you win every game or lose every game. I'm just as impressed. because mathematically it's
not
just
supposed
as
to
hard.
happen.
It's just as hard either way.
Your guys killed me last week. I would have been 6-2 on that graphic last week, except Major Burns didn't realize you're supposed to go down on that interception, so you just run the clock out.
The cover was never in doubt, Tigers on the road.
All right. Man. Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.